Hello. I have to share something today, and it is about how I ended up in Mykonos in Greece and here. And many people ask me, like, Vivian, how did you manifest that? How did you manifest the move to go to Greece? And I didn't know anyone here, one person, but yeah, we're not super close, so it was more like a business relationship. Um, and I get these questions all the time. It's like, what was your process to manifest a move to a dream destination? I mean, yes, Mykonos is a dream destination. It is a dream location. It is a very uh, luxury place to live and to be, and with all the posh parties that you have here in the season, can get quite crazy. But well, let me tell you the story because I think it is very important that you tune into your intuition and that you see and that you recognize when you're guided, and you are guided all the time. We sometimes we just don't listen, and we just don't want to see it, or we ignore it. And for me, when I came here 2 years ago for the very first time, I fell in love with the island and the people here and the lifestyle and everything. And I came at the end of the season, so everything was getting a little bit more quiet. And I thought, well, it would be really nice to do something here, like working. And at that time, I didn't even have the intention to go here. And a year later, last year, I had a personal photography project going on, and I was looking for some really nice architecture or interior design to put in my portfolio. So I'm a photographer, professional photographer, and I'm specialized in architecture, photography, and interior design and yachting. So at that time I was looking for some really fancy stuff of interior design or architecture that I can put in my portfolio and on my website. And I was writing to many architects and interior designers where I could see online. I was checking out their websites and their projects and their work, what they were working on. And when I saw something really nice that I would have loved in my portfolio, I sent them an email, and I made them a very good offer that, yeah, was very attractive and a win-win situation for both of us. So, and I was asking them, it's like, okay, I really would do that. I would like to do that. I really would like to work with you. And well, can we start a collaboration? And I sent out, I don't know, maybe 50 emails to people in Spain, in Ibiza, in Mallorca, in the Spanish mainland, in Italy, in Greece, here in Mykonos, pretty much everywhere. There were so many places I sent emails to, also in Portugal, and it was basically all over Europe, and also 2 or 3 people in Mexico, where I saw really cool work. And most of them didn't even answer. Some of them answered, but it was more like, yeah, let's see later, blah blah. And one replied back, and she said, wow, I really love your work, I really love this offer, and I really want to do that. And this was here in Mykonos. So okay, maybe this is a sign. So yeah, I talked to her, and we got in all the details. And then last year I came back here for about 4 weeks or something like that, to work on her project, and it was a really nice project, and it was a lot of fun. It was great. I still have it on my website displayed, and also of course on my Instagram, and it was really such nice work, and a great opportunity also. And so from this, when I was here, I thought to myself, like, really, I want to be here. And I just had this feeling I should be here. And I wanted it. And I thought, yeah, it's the right move. And then my mind kicked in, my brain telling me like, yeah, but wait a second. First of all, it's super expensive to make the move here. Second, you have your apartment in Germany, so you have to leave it. Then you have a horse. What do you want to do? I have a horse. I'm a horse rider, and I have a horse in Germany. What do you want to do with your horse? And well, so many things coming up, and lots of it. I was like, so how can I fix that? How can I do that? I don't know. And then also here in Mykonos, it's a very, very big problem to find a place to live, a place to stay, because there's so many people coming for the season to work here, and people rent it out over the season, but not really long-term for people like me who live here. So it was really hard. And I talked to my friend at that time, and I told her, well, listen, I really would like to move here. I'm considering moving here. I think it would be nice, but I didn't decide, and of course I would need to find a place to live. And if I do the move, I want to live by the sea. I want to see the sea. I mean, if I do this move and I'm moving to Greece and I live on an island, I want to see the sea. So that was what I wanted. And she looked at me and she said, well, it's absolutely no problem. I have an apartment you can rent. It's 70 meters from the beach. I was like, really? Seriously? Really? You're kidding me? Okay. Well, can I see it? So yeah, the next day I saw it and it was really nice. The location was perfect. And I told her, well, okay, I will tell you, I have to think about it. I have to consider it. And of course I have to fix on plan all the stuff I have to do in Germany with my horse and my apartment there and my furniture and everything. And then I got home, and I remember that the next day I got home on a Friday evening, and the next day on a Saturday morning I texted her, I do it, I'm coming. And she's like, yay. At that point when I texted her I'm coming, I didn't sort out anything. I was as smart as I was the evening before. I knew as much as I knew the evening before. I didn't check on anything. It was just such a strong feeling that I had inside of me that I just knew I have to go. I just knew you have to do this. And I trusted this feeling, I trusted myself, and I thought, okay, we will figure everything out. So that was in October 2022, last year. And, well, then for me it started. I had a 3-month notice to cancel my apartment, so I had to do everything really quickly. And I talked to my mom. I said, okay, Mom, listen, I have to move back in with you for some time before I go to Greece, and I have to put some of my furniture here, and some of course I wanted to sell. And then I still had the big issue with the money to go here, to move here, and because also I had to pay my apartment in advance for the whole year, so it was a lot of money. And I had to find a rider for my horse, and this was for me the most important thing, because my horse is a little bit special, and you don't find so many people who would like to ride him and who can ride him actually. But I used to have someone, a really good friend, a very close friend of mine, and she rode him a few years ago, and for some reason we lost contact after some time, and we haven't been in touch for about 3 years. And then she saw on, I think it was in my WhatsApp status or something like that, WhatsApp update, she saw that I'm planning to move, that I'm planning to go to Greece. And after 3 years she texted me in the evening. And well, I have to say that before, on that day, There were so many things that went wrong that day, and I was really, really pissed off. And I was at the point where I was wondering, should I really go? Should I really do that? I don't have someone for my horse. I don't have the money, and I don't see the money coming. So how am I going to do that? I had this big thing with a part of my furniture. Like I had a super huge couch that doesn't fit in a normal apartment, and I really didn't know what to do with it. I had it announced in like online platforms, eBay, everywhere. I put it in everywhere, and I had zero, really zero, nothing, no inquiries, nothing. And it was such a cheap price. It was a no-brainer. It was for €100 something. It's like, okay, this is ridiculous. So what am I going to do? I just can't do. I can't put it on the road and put it in the street. So what am I going to do? And that day, it was just adding up. There were so many things that didn't work out, and so many things that I was really annoyed and pissed at. And I was sitting in nature, as I always do when I just have to calm and have to get things back into perspective. I was sitting in nature, and I remember that I said, God, high intelligence, universe, if you want me to go to Greece, figure it out. It's yours. Find a way. Find a solution. Find a solution for the horse. Find a solution for the money. Find a solution for my furniture. Figure it out. If you want me to go, your problem now, because I don't know what to do anymore. I'm out. So if you want me to go, it's yours. Take care of it. These were more or less my exact words. After that, I was like, okay, I'm done. I surrender at this point. There's nothing I can do. I did everything I could do, and now I don't know what to do anymore. So I let the universe or God handle it, and that's it for me. And the same day, in the evening, I was sitting on my couch, and that exact friend that was riding my horse years before, and that we lost contact with, or I lost contact with, she texted me because she saw my WhatsApp update, and she said, well, I see you're moving, and well, I really miss you, and I really miss the horse, and I know we haven't talked for a long time, but let me know if you need any help. After 3 years of no contact. I was like, okay. And I texted her back, and I said, well, yeah, I could really use some help with my horse, and with a laughing smiley, and yeah. Half as a joke, because I thought, well, I don't know, we didn't talk for 3 years, so we didn't fight or something like that. It was just some personal stuff going on in her life, and at some point we just got out of touch. Anyway, so we decided this very evening to meet a few days later at my horse's stable. And we had a long chat about how we lost contact and everything. And she was so happy to be back, that we were back in each other's lives, and also to be back on the horse and get the opportunity to ride my horse again. And so I had my perfect rider for the horse. This was pretty amazing. And then a few days later, I got a message from another friend who was living in Egypt, and who's still living in Egypt, I have to say. And I also was living in Egypt a few years ago, and we had an apartment there that we rented and that we had together. And we were having lots of problems with it, and we wanted to get rid of it. And this was the exact amount of money I would need to move here and to pay my rent in advance and everything. But I also knew the guy that was involved, and I know that he never has any money, and it's when it comes to money, it's really difficult and hard to deal with him. And I thought probably everything's gonna happen, but not that he will give us back our money. probably not. Well, I flew to Egypt and I talked to that guy and I tried to figure everything out with him, and I don't know, it was a miracle that he agreed. He said, yeah, okay, let's do it like that. I also don't want to have this trouble anymore. I give you back your money. It's like, okay, well, I believe it when I have it, actually. So, because I knew him. And after, I think it took him about 4 to 6 weeks, and I had the money in my bank account. I was like, oh my God. Okay, so this is happening. So, still, my couch was left. And all my friends that helped me moving in my apartment, I just had to say couch and everybody's running away, because this couch was a freaking nightmare, really, because it was so big and so heavy, and it was this horrible thing. So yeah, I still had the issue with my couch, and the date of when I had to leave my apartment and move with all my stuff came closer and closer and closer, and everything was planned, and I had hired a company that would do the move with a truck and everything, and still there was no one interested in my couch. I was like, oh my God. So one evening before the actual move, someone texted me on eBay and asked me, he's like, oh, is the couch still available? And I said, yeah, it is. But I'm moving out tomorrow, so if you want to have it, if you're interested in it, you have to act fast. And they said, yeah, no problem. We really would like, we want to sit on it and see if it's nice and if we vibe with it. I said, okay, so come and check the vibe. And they were coming the same evening, a family, and they were so nice. They were so super nice, and we agreed. They bought it, and we agreed that my moving company took the couch out of my house, which was a nightmare, and put it on their truck, take it to their apartment, which was about, 30-40 minutes away, and then come back to my place and do the actual move. And I called them, agreed on the price, how we could do all this, then called the new couch owners and asked them if the price is okay and everything. So we sorted everything out, and that was it. Like the very same day when I had to move, we also moved the couch, and everything was sorted. Everything was solved, everything was sorted. And that was when I say, this is when the universe works for you. This is when God guides you, and when you trust. I cannot say that I trusted all the time. I got frustrated along the way. I really got doubts along the way, and still I had this feeling inside of me that I am called to come here to Mykonos, that I'm called to come here to Greece and to live here, and this feeling wouldn't go away. And this was a feeling that I would rely on the whole time when all my doubts were coming up, because I could see in my current situation, in my obvious environment, that nothing was happening. Like no money for the move, no rider for the horse, no people for the couch. And when nothing was happening, I was still coming back to this feeling all the time. And I said, okay, but I still have this strong feeling. And that was what led me to say, God, if you want me to go, please find a solution, take it in your hands. And this act of surrender, it was not that I was giving up. It was not like I would say, okay, I don't go, that's it doesn't work. No, it was more me saying, okay, there's nothing I can do, because I did everything I could. I put my horse online looking for a rider. I put my couch online looking for a buyer. I tried everything, every freaking ways to get the money for the move. I really did everything I could, and now there's nothing more I can do, so please just take care of it. And I surrendered, and I just gave the power away, and I tried to detach from the outcome. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm wrong, maybe my feeling is wrong, and I'm not supposed to go and I shouldn't go. Well, then I know that God will have something better for me in store. So for me, it was this or something better. For me, it was it's happening, or if it's not happening, God has something better for me. And this was my way of detaching from the outcome. I wasn't so focused anymore of how to solve all my problems around the move. And I didn't allow myself to go into this negative thinking spiral, because if you allow yourself to engage in one negative thought, and then it comes to the next, and then to the next, and then to the next, and then you get this in this downward spiral, and you really get in a bad mood. And this is absolutely counterproductive. You don't want to do that, because then you're attracting more shit that you really don't need, because you already have enough. So I was, when I noticed that I got caught up in my negative thinking, in my negative spiral, I put a stop. I just said, okay, stop thinking about this. And I really forced myself to focus back on the good, to focus on the situation where I want to be in, to focus on the situation that I actually want to have, to see myself living here, to see myself thriving here, to see myself happy here, that everything is figured out. And I always detach from the how. It's like, I don't know how it's happening. I don't know how the money's coming to me. I don't know how I find a rider for my house. I don't know how the people for my couch will come to me. It's not my business. The how is not my business. I just saw myself that everything was done, and I saw myself in this location. And that was what I forced myself always to come back to when I saw myself going into this negative thinking spiral. And this is really, really important that we don't get caught up, because it's so easy. It is so easy that we look at our current situation, we see in front of our very own eyes what is not working, we see what is going wrong, we see what is the reality, and then we say, okay, it's not working for me. So manifestation is not working for me. So you see, but no, it's not working. And it's very easy. And I did this myself many times, and I thought that, but it's not true. So as soon as I managed to put myself back in this state of I'm already living the reality I want to live in, really, really nice things and good things happened. Not within the next 5 seconds, but most of the time during the same day, or as it was the situation with my horse when my friend texted me after 3 years, or the next day, or during the next days. But it's really important that you stay in this vibe of you already have what you want. You already live the life you want to live, and don't let the current situation and the reality come close to you and destroy everything, because it's so easy to let this happen. But this is a bit of practice, but it's getting easier along the way. And this is also the way I get my clients, because I just see myself doing what I want to do. I see myself doing what I love, and I have great offers in place. I know what I'm good at, and I know that if somebody comes up to me and wants to work with me, that I can help them in the best way possible, and that I'm the perfect match, and that the right people find me. So yeah, this approach never let me down, and this is the story how I ended up here. And a few months ago, I had to move to a different apartment. I had to leave my old apartment for some reasons, and I was looking for a new one. And as I said before, it is so hard to find a new place here. And when the owner, my landlord, told me, well, like, we're renting it out to a different company, and you have to move out, and blah blah blah, At the beginning, I was so disappointed, and I thought, oh, maybe this is a sign from the universe that I should go back to Germany, that I shouldn't be here. But still, again, I had this feeling in my heart. It's like, no, you have to be here. You are right here, exactly where you are, and there will come up a better place. There will come up a better apartment. And I was journaling it out. I was writing out what exactly I wanted to have, like the size of the apartment, the location of the apartment, the view. For me, it was very important that I can see the sea. Everything, the price. Like, I wanted to be cheaper than the one I had before, and nice neighbors, and nice neighborhood, and quiet, and all the things. I journaled all the things that were so important for me. And then I was waiting, and it's like, okay, we will see what's gonna happen. So again, I said, God, if you want me to be here, find a solution, find an apartment, find the right apartment for me. So just make it happen. And I started looking for an apartment in, I think, August. It was earlier. It was late July, I think. Nothing happened. For a long time, nothing happened. And then in September, a friend of mine came to me and he told me, like, oh, Vivian, listen, are you still looking for apartments? I said, yes, please. Yeah, maybe I have something. I said, okay, maybe. Okay, so what do you have? And then he told me the story that he was moving in with his girlfriend, and I could basically have his girlfriend's apartment. And he said, well, like, there's some strings attached, like you have to get her furniture and stuff like that, and like, just come and see the place, and maybe you don't like it, but I think it's really nice. And so I went to see the place. It was perfect. It was everything I asked for. It was cheaper than the one I had before. It had a great view. I can see the sun going down in the ocean every evening from my terrace, from my kitchen window. It was perfect. And I figured everything out with his girlfriend, who's a good friend of mine now. And everything was just falling into place, and everything was just perfect. And again, it is so much about trusting. It is so much about also surrender and give it back to God, give it back to the universe, and just trust that they will handle it. And sometimes what we have in mind for ourselves is maybe not the best for us, and I always say this or something better, and I trust the universe that will deliver it, this or something better. And if it's not the exact thing that I wanted, I always got something better. So it's a process that takes practice, but if I can do it, everyone can do it. And if I manage to be a successful photographer, and I can tell you, I am way more successful. I'm fully booked. I have so much to do. I have way more to do here in Mykonos, where I didn't know a soul when I moved here 10 months ago, than I was in Germany, where I lived all my life. Like, I've been traveling all the time. I lived in Egypt, I lived in Honduras, I lived in many places. I've been to more than 46 countries, and I could do it all over again. It doesn't matter if I would go to a different place tomorrow. I know I can start there again, and I would do the same thing, because I know how it works. I know how to establish myself somewhere new, and I know the exact steps I have to do. I know the strategy I can follow, and it's a complex thing, but if I can do it, you can do it. I'm not a special person. Everyone can do it. It is just about being clear what you want. It is about staying in the vibe, attracting what you want, understanding how the energy works, how manifestation works. And it is not as complicated as we think it is. It really is not. And it's about being able to detach from the result, and not focus on it so much, like how it has to be. And this is my approach. Never let me down to say this is something better. Yeah, so well, I hope my story helped some of you or at least inspired you or whatever. And yeah, you can leave me a comment or have a look at my webpage. And I also do personal mentorings for anyone who's interested, not just for photographers, but also for online businesses that need help when they are stuck. And yeah, just check out my courses and my offerings, and I'm happy if I could help. Have a good day.